This two-time Biletnikoff winner was the first wide receiver taken in the 2012 NFL Draft, but whatever happened to Justin Blackmon? Justin Blackmon grew up in Ardmore, Oklahoma, where he stood out as a four-sport athlete. He excelled in baseball and basketball while winning state in the long jump, but Justin's true calling was football. He was named an All-American his senior year after logging over 1,500 receiving yards and 14 touchdowns. And despite his impressive performance, Blackmon was still ranked as a 3-star recruit and the 91st overall wide receiver in the class of 2008. After receiving offers from Colorado and Mizzou, Blackmon decided to stay local, attending Oklahoma State, where he'd play under Mike Gundy. After redshirting his freshman season, Blackmon made little impact in his first season on the field. And by all accounts, Justin looked like just another guy on the surface, a receiver that would likely fail to make much of an impact beyond his 4 or 5 years in Stillwater. But OK State coaches described Blackmon as an absolute workhorse, one who made tremendous stride to improve. And entering his junior season, Blackmon went from just another guy to one of the best wide receivers in NCAA history. In the 2010 season, Justin's redshirt sophomore year, he exploded for 111 receptions, 1,882 yards, and 20 touchdowns. In a season that many considered to be the best ever for a college wide receiver, Blackmon was named the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year and was awarded the Fred Biletnikoff Award, given annually to the best wide receiver in all of college football. In the 2011 season, defenses would specifically tailor their game plan just to shut down Blackmon, but they simply could not contain him. Blackmon would finish the year with 1,500 yards and 18 touchdowns, in addition to breaking the record for most consecutive 100-yard games and 200-yard games, both records that he still holds to this day. In his final game at Oklahoma State, Blackmon went for 186 yards and 3 touchdowns in a 3-point win against Stanford in the Fiesta Bowl. After being named the game's MVP, Blackmon declared for the NFL Draft. Scouts lauded Blackmon for his athletic ability, crisp route running, and solid hands, and compared him to stars like Terrell Owens and Anquan Bolden. But there were some concerns surrounding Blackmon, including a habit of losing his composure during games and a DUI arrest in 2010. Despite the concerns, Blackmon would be drafted 5th overall by the Jacksonville Jaguars. But just over a month after the draft, Blackmon would be arrested again for DUI. While the problems off the field persisted, Blackmon showed flashes of dominance in his rookie season. In November, Blackmon would catch 7 passes for 236 yards, the third most by a rookie in a single game. But following the impressive season, Blackmon would suffer another setback when he violated the league's substance abuse policy. After missing the first 4 games of his second NFL season due to the suspension, Blackmon put up over 130 receiving yards in each of his next 2 games. But just weeks later, Blackmon would again violate the league's substance abuse policy, forcing him to miss the remainder of the season. Following that season, Blackmon would be arrested in Oklahoma for possession of electric lettuce, and the Jaguars would publicly announce that they'd be moving on from Justin. Justin would never make it back to the NFL following that moment. He would be arrested for a 3rd DUI in 2015, and he did actually hint at an NFL comeback on numerous occasions, but it's clear his playing days are well behind him. He now lives a more secluded life in his hometown of Ardmore, and today Blackmon is considered one of the biggest busts and what-ifs in NFL history. But if it hadn't been for addiction and substance abuse, Blackmon could have likely become one of the best wide receivers in NFL history.